I'm Amber Nash, the voice of your favorite HR nightmare, Pam Poovey. Welcome to our Archer Rewatch podcast. This season, we're starting at the very beginning and going all the way through. That's right, this season we're covering every episode of Season 1, one by one, with some of your favorite people from Archer. Welcome to Rephrasing. Hey guys, welcome to Season 1, Episode 7. I'm your host, Amber Nash, and here with me, as always, we have...
Hi, Casey Willis. I'm executive producer on Archer.
And...
Christian Danley. I was an editor on Archer.
Together with our guest today, we are going to talk about Skytanic. Archer and Lana must uncover a bomb plot aboard the luxurious, rigid airship Excelsior. The ISIS gang all bungle their way aboard the blimp and create chaos that disrupts the investigation. Multiple suspects and various states of undress all lead to the appearance of Ray's crisis vest. The episode climaxes with one of the most iconic lines in the series, M as in Mancy.
Nice.
Today's guest is Neal Holman, an Emmy Award-winning executive producer, director, writer, and guy who wears too many hats. A 20-year veteran of all things animation, his clients include Marvel, Hulu, Netflix, FXX, Cartoon Network, and Warner Brothers HBO Max, among others.
Back when they were good.
He's known for his work on FXX's celebrated animated series Archer and Marvel's Hit Monkey, which more people should have celebrated, might I add. Harumph. Welcome to the show, Neal.
Yay.
Thank you. I got
Yay.
that bio. That's awful.
I kind of wish you had had a lot of hats on.
Right. Yeah, we could have taken one off.
Yeah, wears a lot of hats, except not today. Not today. Thanks, guys. It's great to be here. And see
Yeah, we're so excited to have you. In the last season, we talked a lot about a lot of the art and behind the scenes of the show that Christian and Casey helped us with. But I feel like you're going to be able to give us some real information the fans really want to know about.
Maybe.
We'll see.
We'll see.
If you can't, Neal, we're doomed.
There's a lot. It's a lot of like finding your college sketchbook, right? You open up and like, oh, this is gonna be great, and then you see some stuff like, oh, that's not how I remember it.
That's what I thought boobs looked like.
Well, I'd also like to
jiggling in this episode. I know we're still doing intro stuff, but a fair amount of attention was spent animating the jiggle of Lana's boobs.
Oh yeah, it's on my list because it's not just Lana's; it's also Cheryl's boobs. There's a lot of boob action.
But that Lana shot is iconic. I just thought I wanted to note that Neal and Casey and I have worked together for many, many years. We worked on Sealab together and Frisky Dingo all the way through our Archer.
I had hair and dark hair when we first started.
Yeah,
you were the youngster.
Yeah, 22.
Yeah,
we talked about the horrifying house in East Atlanta because I also knew you guys way back when you were making Frisky Dingo, and about how many pubes were on that toilet at all times.
I have discovered that I'm catching the blame for this. That out of the 8 dudes, it's become, because the hairy guy. I'm McDuber?
Everybody told me from the beginning.
Are you
people
kidding?
were like, that's Neal. That's Neal's pubes.
Like,
what a shitty
running
thing.
joke. But lo and behold, Amber, everybody's been talking about me for 20 years. And I did not know.
I think the only guy that would be in the clear would have been Ed. Because he's got shocking red hair.
Right.
That would have been
obvious.
definitely obvious.
No, it was a potpourri for sure.
Wow. If any of you guys committed a crime, we could have gone straight to that toilet and
The
identified
thing is, like, that house, every studio we move to always starts off as like, this is so much better. This is
Right.
And within like a year or 2 years, like, this place sucks.
Right.
I hate this place. It's awful. Like the 7030, when we did Sealab, we were in the studio, just a loft apartment. All of us.
It was Matt Thompson's old loft at the Fulton Cotton Mill Lofts, which at the time was a nice loft. That was a nice place,
Right.
but we were all crammed in there.
All crammed in a horseshoe. Everybody had headphones on, looking at their computer away from each other, so it was totally silent.
Yeah.
It was just weird. There was like a dog that we joked lived inside the wall, the wall of the apartment, because it would just yip.
there would be like this massive metallic ball sound would just go punk and then roll from somewhere in the loft somewhere. We're like, what is that?
Maybe it was like a shot putter.
Yeah.
Practicing. Neal, actually, this is perfect to get into our first question, which is, how did you begin? Like, how'd you get your job with these guys? I guess it was 70-30 at the time.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
how did that all
70-30.
start?
It was it goes even back to my first weeks in college. I answered a flyer that said, "Do you want to work on television? Come to this meeting." I was like, "Cool, I want to work in television."
Only in Atlanta would something like that
All I
happen.
gotta do.
Sounds like a Matt Thompson
being
trick.
a freshman in college, I promptly missed that meeting because I was doing something. But I called the number on it, and the guy like feigned some story like, "Oh, my mom was sick" or whatever. And the guy gave me two numbers. Like one was a like journalism. You could be part of the college news team, or this other kid's got a sketch comedy show. You can talk to him. I was like, we'll do that. And that was my buddy Trevor Williams, and he grew up in Atlanta and had a public access sketch comedy show on whatever local cable channel.
Wow.
Here. And I thought he was going to be like a grad student or like a man. And he was another 17-year-old kid that doesn't know anything, which blew my mind. But through that show is how I met Ed Mundy and Mac Williams. And Ed Mundy, if memory serves, Ed emailed the Space Ghost Coast to Coast listserv asking for internships. Ed and I were in the same program.
Wow.
And Matt Thompson, or it was either Matt or it was Adam, was on that listserv, and they answered like, "We're making Sealab. We need interns. Come be an intern for us." And Ed is phenomenal at his job and just like the most deadpan humor person you've ever met. And just so funny. So Ed had the internship, and then he got hired, and then he needed somebody else to work for free, and so he sent them me and Mac Williams, our other
Wow.
friend. We all
That's
worked
so
together
cool.
for
That's so
years.
cool that so many of you guys worked for them for so long. That's amazing.
Yeah.
When I got my job at Sealab, it was Matt and Adam, and Ed had just finished his internship.
Yeah.
And it was like, you have to do as good a job as our intern did. It was like, all right. It was a really good job. Like, Ed did a really good job for free.
Yeah, for free. And
So-
then, what was the other thing I was going to tell you? Never mind. Keep going. What
Okay.
were you going to ask?
My next question was, so you're going to learn, Neal, and it's going to be surprising to you, that I have very little understanding of how the job that I worked at for 14 years,
Sure.
how the show was made, who worked there. I really don't remember most of it, to be honest. So please excuse my ignorance. But can you explain to the audience what the difference, because you're listed as the production designer and the art director, and you were both of those things at different times?
Kinda. It depends on which definition you want to get. Production designer, in some senses, is just sort of developing the show's aesthetic, and then the show can just sort of live on as that show. Whereas the art director is going from day to day, episode to episode.
Okay.
Determining the different design styles within that design aesthetic.
So in the production designer is kind of like, that was like in the beginning stages of
beginning.
like creating the show.
Yeah.
Cool. So you were like, you were very hands-on and a big part of creating what Archer looked like.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's
No doubt.
as Casey and Christian can tell you, it's a collective effort. So I'm always very hesitant to be like, "Yeah, I did it all. That's
Yeah, sure.
totally me."
But somebody had to be in charge of it. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it grew sort of its own sort of design sense. Like we did Sealab, right? And that was just trying to make a cartoon. None of us really knew what we were doing. And then Frisky Dingo are like taking the things that we kind of learned that worked on Sealab and doing something new. That was the first time we started using photo reference as our base. And then when Archer came along, we would take all the things that we learned on Frisky Dingo and keep the things that we liked, but also let's do this way better and try to sort of figure out a better way to do things and a simpler way to do things.
Wow. And so was that early style, like with Sealab, is that kind of where like the beginning seeds of what the style of Archers looked,
Who-
was that where it started?
Go ahead, Christian.
I was gonna say, man, Frisky Dingo was a reaction to Sealab. Like, we drew Sealab in the style of bad Hanna-Barbera animation.
Right.
So when we had a chance to do Frisky Dingo, we tried to step it up. And then what Neal is saying is, like, Archer made the same sense. Like, the level of quality from Frisky Dingo to Archer is like another level, and then you just see it throughout the run of Archer, just like getting great. Like,
each
it gets
season it levels up, and like that was intentional. You try and keep the stuff that you liked and the stuff that was working well, but what else can you simplify it? Can you make it more efficient? And in the first season, there's not really much compositing as far as like the lighting and shadows and the feel of the world. There's not much color grading across. Whereas you compare that to the later seasons, and there's all sorts of heavy atmosphere.
I remember when we would get that comp pass and edit, it was just like, oh man, it was like a totally new cartoon. It looked so great.
But in those early seasons, you would get like 2 shots that had like a comp pass, and you're like, this looks awesome, but then you see the context of everything else, and like it doesn't really fit.
Does it, like, as an audience member, which is what I consider myself, like to go back and watch, because I was watching the shows through to the end, so to go back to season 1 and watch shows is like, oh my gosh, it's so different. But it's also like, can you look back on those? Is this like the sketchbook thing? Like, can you look back on season 1 and be like, for what we had and what was available to us, like, it looks fucking great? Or is it like, oh man, I wish it was better? Or how do you feel about it?
A little column A, a little column B. It's very hard for me to turn off art director producer brain and not like look for flips when a character flips. Like, does the pocket jump from one side to the other? I caught myself doing that watching the episode. I'm like, oh, there's a shadow.
So Neal, let me ask you this: Would you George Lucas it if you could?
No,
it's done. It's done, and it lives.
Do it. I don't care.
Yeah. Okay.
That's part of the journey of making it, right?
Yeah.
Right. It's of its time. It's of its time, and it was even really great for its time. But it exists there,
and it's made with that crew that made it. That first season. Like, I remember each season's crew, and what we excelled at, and what we struggled with, and like the journey of making those episodes. And that's why I learned pretty early on to just bite my tongue when I had something negative to say about an episode, because inevitably that would be someone's favorite episode.
Yep. That's my wife worked in radio when I first met her. She was on the air, and that was always their point in radio: is you don't trash a song, because there's somebody out there that's their favorite song.
That's their jam, man. That's what they love.
And also, there's probably people that love the early seasons the most because it looks the way that it does, and it didn't get so slick, and that's what they remember loving, and it's got that nostalgia to it,
Yeah, I think so.
Every season on the reviews, without fail, the first episode of a new season, somebody would say, I guess FX increased their animation budget because this looks amazing. And I was...
They didn't.
Yeah, there was never an increase in the budget of the animation, but it was just these people learning new techniques, actually developing new techniques on their own, becoming more and more proficient in an animation style that wasn't really used in other shows. We were animating this show in After Effects, which I don't know if any other shows were being animated in After Effects, but they were just becoming so proficient and creating these techniques. And I mean, still to this day, I know this is a little bit different, but our paint overs of 3D vehicles, I think, look so good because they matched the show so much. I can watch a show, and when I see an animated show, when I see a 3D vehicle or a 3D object, I'm like, that's 3D. Yeah. I don't feel like I did that to Archer, because the paint overs were so good.
Yeah, a lot of that. I mean, the paint overs were a whole different world, but the After Effects side of it, Brian Fordney and Mac Williams and those guys would write code, changing the way After Effects would actually work and behave, to the point where the Adobe guy came and visited. That was like season 3 or 4, I think, and was just wildly impressed with what we were getting out of the software.
Wow.
Well, I also want to say that a reason why somebody like Neal would wear so many hats is because we were making cartoons on a budget. It was like 6 guys. When there's 6 guys making a cartoon, you're gonna have like a hand in almost every step.
Yeah, like one
process.
of the things from the early days, like walking into Zonalite, or the fucking scary house in East Atlanta, and then to later years where there's like hundreds of people working there, and I don't know, who anybody is. It's just so amazing that we got to watch that progress. Okay, so we're going to get into the specifics of Skytanic and talk about it for a second.
Sure.
And Neal, I have something very exciting to share with you.
Oh boy.
So when we did Skytanic with Aisha, one of the things that I admitted to the group, with a lot of vulnerability, was that I was like, look, I don't know how airships work. Is it like, where are the people? Are they like in the balloon, or are they in the little clitoris that hangs off the bottom of it? And these guys fucking laugh their asses off, and they're like, yeah, they're bumbling around in the balloon, breathing helium, Amber. And then I did some fucking research before this episode, and comes to find out, because the interiors were so big, it's like, how is all that shit fitting into the little fucking thing hanging off the bottom?
Yeah.
But they were in the goddamn balloon.
So, but
there was
Amber,
just a roof over it that was hermetically sealed, you fuckers.
Amber, the illustration you sent us via text. So, like, where's this proof that you have? But is that an illustration?
The Library of Congress.
Is it from the famously failed Hindenburg design? Is that what you were showing us?
Whether
matter.
or not it is, that was a fucking airship.
Okay, so I will concede that perhaps, obviously, the Hindenburg was not well designed.
But it flew
Still
around,
an airship.
Yeah,
and
all right.
people were in it. I didn't say that they were still doing it today.
think-
You guys, I'm right.
If memory serves, Amber, to your credit, we did a floor plan that involved the underside of the airship. If memory serves, because we had to sort of map it out. Of course, we draw these extensive maps on where everything is and how it all fits together, and nobody ever cares. It doesn't.
Yep.
It,
that would happen so many
yeah.
so many times in storyboard meetings where we're like, why don't we just put the camera here? And they're like, well, that's where a closet is in this room. And we're like, no, but nobody cares.
Adam Reed.
Adam Reed
cared. You're the only one who knows this. I'm like, I'm pretty sure the audience is going to know that you just moved Cheryl's desk 90 degrees where it interacts with that door. And no, he was totally correct.
Wow.
Yeah, people will notice.
We talk about the journey of the episodes. That's the stuff I remember. I remember all the and then you see it
those pocket flips were as edit. It was always the oh, yeah, we got to redo these last. And we're like, okay.
So
we'll stick
I'm going to
around.
share the picture of the airship interior for everybody that I found on the internet, so that everybody can see what we're talking about here, just so you know. But this leads me to my question, Neal, which is, so when you guys would get a script,
yes.
And you'd have to research what stuff looked like, who was responsible for doing that? Was it individuals, or would somebody do all the research and then get it out to everybody that was working on the episode, or how did that work?
It would start in the early seasons. It was the art director, which was me, and so I would start, and sometimes Adam would also have preconceived. I want it to look like this, or this is a good example is the Archer and Lana's bedroom in that episode was based on some old hotel that he stayed at in New York that was almost like the inside of an old ship. So he had references already ready to go for that.
Okay.
Other times it was me Googling, and back in that time when the internet worked, you could Google
when you could believe what it said.
You could search, bedroom, and then put source : life, and it would search Life magazine's archives, photo archives. So I was able to go back and find all this stuff from the 40s, 50s, 60s, and go from there. And find a lot of research that way. And then we would buy old magazines, their old architectural digests, and comb through whatever we could find for references or inspirations. And then you try and make a design that incorporated at least some element of that, and then Adam would be like, no, just make it like this, and you're like, okay, well, never mind.
Also,
did I not tell you I had a very specific thing in mind for this?
Okay, so all this research, just no. Okay, yeah, cool.
This episode also starts with a little infomercial about the rigid airship. That alone had as much research and design as probably half the episode, wouldn't you say?
I think so, yeah. And that, I think, if I remember right, that was Mike Chapman animating the little match and helium stuff.
Cool.
In Flash, which was different than
right. Yeah, because they were the masters of Flash.
They were the
Chapman brothers.
The actual.
This is a different Mike Chapman.
Different
right.
guy. Oh. This is Mike with a Y.
With a Y.
Yeah, okay, of course.
And I feel like Chi designed the Excelsior logo because her script is always so nice and the letters on that look so great. Yeah. And they made it.
I think that was,
it may have been a font.
Sorry, you're correct, you there. I'm pretty sure that was a font.
Okay, well, she was still great.
Well, from top to bottom,
anyway. Let's give Chi credit.
The film style, the film strip style of it, the sound editing, which JC was JC doing our sound.
It might have been Michael Kohler at that time.
Okay, yeah, but that's always
shout out.
An unsung quality of Archer that goes unlooked sometimes.
We made a shirt out of the Excelsior logo for the crew.
That looks so good.
And it looked so good, but it was a scratchy shirt. It was like not the soft. You know, some of our crew shirts look so nice, and this was one of the scratchier versions.
I think that it was so good looking that FX even said like, "Oh, we're going to do that too. We're going to make that shirt as well." I think.
But they made them really nice.
So Jim Lammers ran Trinity Animation, Amber, and they were in Lee Summit, Missouri, but they helped build a lot of these sets for us in 3D. So they were sort of another sister company that we worked with to help us out with 3D because we didn't have a robust 3D department at that time. So Jim Lammers ran that company and wore the Excelsior shirt to the Archer wrap party when we wrapped the total series.
Yeah.
Nice. That's amazing.
A deep cut. Yeah.
Now, Neal, for me, whenever I got cool Archer merch, I would feel very weird wearing it because I wouldn't want to be like, "Hey guys, check it out! This is the fucking show I work on." Did you also feel that way?
I can't do it.
You can't do it?
I will wear it around the house when I'm like doing laundry or something. I cannot go outside in an Archer shirt. Or the one that I do wear is the purple Figgis Agency one because it's so nondescript that it's cool and it's very comfy.
I love in-universe T-shirts that just it's like the thing from the thing you like. Those are my
like
favorite
the
kind of T-shirts.
Ocelot howling.
Sanctuary.
Poovey's wedding.
Poovey wedding. The Poovey Ekblad wedding.
There's Ron Cadillac's car dealership T-shirts.
Do you guys remember how disappointing those 100th episode half-zip pullovers were? I think Thompson decided what the design of those would be. He's like, let's get something really corporate looking. Welcome to Real Spy Gadget or Fake AI Slop Image, a new segment where we show you a couple of images and you tell us if those images are a real spy gadget from the grand era of spies or an AI-generated slop image that Christian made. If you'd like to play along, you can find these images on our Instagram page, Rephrasing Pod, or on our Maximum Fun page. Today, we have Neal Holman joining us. Thanks, Neal, for playing our game.
Thank you. This is exciting.
All right.
And so for the audio-only listeners, we're going to have to describe these images as well. So maybe we'll take it in turn, and Neal can describe one, Amber can describe one, and I'll describe one.
Great. All right. Yep. Thanks, Amber. Oh, a quick note about AI. You hate it. We hate it. It sucks. These AI images were made using Adobe Photoshop's generative AI function. We're not sponsored by Adobe. In fact, I pay them yearly for the privilege of licensing their software. One or more of these images may or may not be an AI-generated image.
Terrifying.
One or more of these images may or may not actually be a gadget from the grand era of spies. It's up to you to decide. All right, here is image number 1.
Neal, do you want to describe the first image?
It kind of looks like a steampunk version of C-3PO's hand, from about the elbow up, maybe missing the elbow. And it does have 5 fingers, so that's good. That's kind of a step in the right direction. Although, if we look a little closer at the circuitry in the middle finger, can we zoom into this at all, or is that allowed?
Let me see. Okay, I got it right here.
Oh.
Keep zooming. Now, I'm looking at the circuitry.
That's not convincing? That's not convincing to you?
Yeah. I'm going to go with AI here.
All right, okay.
Hey.
All right.
Will
you
you
gonna tell us
reveal
at the
at the end, Christian?
Yes,
Okay.
I'll reveal what each one is at the
This is
end.
very
I mean, it's got some nice if it is AI, there's like some nice
What about this
textures.
this integrated microphone here in the middle finger?
Yeah, I'm going with
The
AI.
nail of the middle finger is a microphone.
This looks like a camera of some sort, some circuitry.
There appears to be leather on it.
Yeah, it looks like the thumb could open a wine bottle.
Yeah, or a pop top.
Go down to the strings hanging off the wrist.
Oh yeah. What?
Yeah.
You want to look at these? At this?
Yeah, that's AI.
That
Okay.
gave it away.
Okay. All right. Good. All right. Well done. Okay. Now here I'm going to present.
Okay, I'll do this one, Casey.
Okay.
Okay. Here's image number 2.
Hey, so this is a very cute mouse. He's a white mouse, and he's got cute little pink ears and a pink nose. He appears to be wearing a helmet that is got a camera on top of it, and so it's fastened underneath his cute little chin. And you shouldn't do this to rats, this poor guy. And then on his back, it's like a big black box that looks to be like a tape recorder, or it's got some lights and a knob on it.
Yeah.
It's got a leather strap. I don't know. I mean, I guess this would be like before drones existed. You could send this guy scurrying into like a manhole or a pipe to see what's in there with his camera. But then how would we get the images back? Because he'd not come back once you let him go. He's not going to come back.
Right.
So I am thinking that this is also AI, because the technology doesn't. It looks too modern for people to do something so barbaric to this poor
Yeah. Look at that
mouse.
face. Look at that.
It
poor
looks
mouse.
like
Mouse does look happy. I will say that.
He's
does.
serving his country.
He does,
Yeah.
yeah.
That is a
Maybe if he had a
beautiful
little
mouse.
badge.
it
Whatever.
looks like in How the Grinch Stole Christmas when he puts the big antler on Max.
He does.
Yeah.
He does. Oh, and I'm not supposed to decide if it's AI or
No, yeah,
AI
it's
or not.
it's
That's
up to Neal.
Sorry.
Neal, what's your call? That's okay, Amber. Thank you.
Well, I mean, I think Amber's obviously wrong. Look how happy the mouse is.
No AI mouse would be that happy.
They can't fake happiness, surely. Yeah, I think she's right. This is fake.
Is that how
Okay.
mouse forepaws look?
Oh, you want to get a close look at the forepaws?
No, it's fine. It just it looks.
Don't look
dog-
too closely at this area.
He does look like he's riding low. Like looks like he's got short little legs.
Yeah.
Like a weird
All right.
version of a mouse.
Of a mouse. Yep.
All right, you guys, good job. Okay, there's one more image.
All right,
Let's
I'll
see.
describe this one.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Is this a real
God damn
spy gadget from the Grand Era of Spies?
All right, let me describe this image.
Did I make this in Photoshop?
All right, this is in the foreground. There is like a little device that has a circle wheel on it, numbered 0 through 9, but only halfway through, and then what looks like some ports or jacks at the bottom, like for a listening device or something. It looks very old, and the paint is chipped very much on it.
Great description, Casey. Good job.
Okay, now in the background. In the background, in very soft focus, what looks to be a wild. It's either a coconut, a very hairy coconut, or fake testicles with a ton of wiry hairs coming off of it.
Quite long, and some of them are white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
older.
an old man's testicles, but they're disembodied. They're just there. So I assume
they're clearly prosthetic.
Prosthetic testicles.
Yeah, we would not show a real person's.
Yes.
Wow.
So Neal,
It's strange if it's a prosthetic ball bag. They put so much hair on them.
Yeah, so you think somebody was there with the needle, like getting each one?
Well, so you got to try. I guess he's trying to match what's also there. I don't.
do you
Are
think?
these two things related, or are those
Yes,
just
I think
in
they're
the picture
related.
together?
I'm going to leave that to you. I think you are they related to you, Amber? Do they not seem like they'd be related in
I
some
can't
way?
imagine what one does for the other.
Okay. I think one is supposed to be hidden inside of the other, but again, it's just an image that you're supposed to draw your own conclusions from.
So if that's a listening recording device hidden inside this prosthetic nutsack,
And then you put your
guy's
actual
this
nuts.
spy is just walking around with this enormous bulge in his pants.
Spycraft 101.
It also has some jacks in it to wire into it.
Yeah, clearly something gets plugged into it. All right, Neal, what's your final call?
Can we zoom in?
Absolutely.
I don't want to zoom in.
Anything in particular you're looking for? Looking for some mistakes? These numbers look like they're
It looks pretty
real
good.
numbers.
And the depth of field looks pretty good too.
And the balls have
paint
more
chip.
personality the closer in you get.
It
They
really
look
does.
like what a funny guy.
There is scroll up just a little bit.
Okay.
There is an odd arc right where your cursor is. See that
right
dark
here?
arc? It's
Yeah.
kind of cutting from left to right. It's more like a wispy hair, but it's really
Oh, I
crisp.
see right here. You're
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about.
I don't know if that's
We used to call that a tangent.
I don't know if that's an artifact of the JPEG or not. I think I'm going with real.
Wow.
It might be a Photoshop job, but I do not think it is AI.
All right, Amber, real or fake?
Oh, I think it is. I think it's real.
Okay. All right. The spy arm. Yes. AI. Very clearly AI. Neal zeroed in on the telltale giveaways. Like this, I was like, oh my gosh. Anyway. All right. Yes.
I want
Correct.
that to be real, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Now, second image. Yes. AI. This little guy.
Hey, yeah.
I laughed for 1 hour solid. It was so much fun.
Yeah, he's super cute.
Yeah, you don't think they could train some white mice? No, they couldn't. All right, and then finally, our final image.
Do we have to see it again?
Yes, this is a real
Oh my
spy gadget. This was equipped, though, on fighter pilots. It is a locator beacon. It like transmits. It was supposed to be worn over your real stuff in the hopes that whoever found you would not search you down to that point. You could turn it on, and hopefully they could find you.
So it was like a satchel that you wear over your actual balls with this thing and your balls in it. This
Yeah,
little device.
I don't.
And normal.
Yes, that sounds about right.
I think that sounds right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a pouch for hiding this little transmitter plus your balls.
So you would look like you had gigantic balls.
Well, yeah, you're a fighter
A
pilot.
lot of pubic hair. Just
Yeah.
so much.
I wonder if it was tailored to the specific pilot, if they took the time.
Or they just had orders. They're like, do not trim anything below the waist. It's gotta blend into our fake pouch.
I'm
Where do
gonna-
the ports? Where do the ports go?
Amber,
They have wires coming out of their ball sack?
I don't know. I don't know exactly. You were probably briefed on it when you got the device,
Okay.
but I was not privy
There
to
might have
that.
been other stuff that was in there.
That is from the International Spy Museum's collection of spy items.
Amazing.
Was the picture of balls something you added to help
No,
us out?
that's right off their webpage. Yes.
So we have actually we have a fan question, Neal.
Oh yeah.
Christian is going to play for us, and I'd like for you to answer that question, but then that's going to lead me into my next question for you.
This is from our listener Evie.
I know the characters were based on models, and I wondered what the process of deciding the models was like. Were there people in mind already, or did the characters come to life based on the model?
Okay, did we have a model in mind? Sometimes yes. Sometimes it was like, hey, Lucky, you got an interesting face. Be the face of Ray Gillette, and not the voice of, or not the face of the character you're voicing. And other times we had to just we used modeling agencies. We did all over. We used our neighbors. A friend of mine is the face of Trinette, which she loves telling people about. Casey and Christian, were you guys in the show at one point or no? I know we've done in Sealab or in Frisky Dingo, yes, but in Archer, did you make it in there?
I don't know that I was ever drawn in for Archer.
Yeah, I might have been, but not nearly as prevalent as say a Brian Fordney.
Yeah, Brian Fordney in every episode, right. Multiple times.
Why? But there's something
in Skytanic. There, if you're looking, you guys, for people listening, they don't know who Brian Fordney is. But if you see a guy in the background of Archer who has like a large mustache that hangs past his lips, and he's wearing glasses, that is our former animation director Brian Fordney, and he is in, I swear, every single episode.
And is it because he's got like such a particular look, or what was it that made him keep coming back?
Was the model good? Right,
No,
so you could,
none of that.
I believe
Mustache
that
doesn't even look real. It just looks like somebody slapped it on a face.
It does. It's like
Brian
super
Fordney's
the
not
out.
a big mustache guy. It doesn't even make sense.
Right.
I think it was the animation team going like, "This will be fun," and just putting him in everything.
But he's just like walking through the background of the Skytanic, and then in Mission Control, when he goes to Ray Gillette and his crisis vest, he's in the back of that, just typing away.
That's great. So this leads me into my question, Neal, is that, okay, so when you guys would do, like, there's the main characters in the process that you use the models to make the main characters in an episode, but then when you're doing things like big scenes, or there's secondary characters, or there's lots of characters, did you guys just have stocks that you would use and then just put different hair on them, or a different hat, or?
You kind of Mr. Potato Headed a little bit of just like,
Okay.
all right, here's this hair, and then now you've got a beard, and that's a new character. Oh, put some glasses on it, or sunglasses, even better.
Okay.
I believe we.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I believe we used to call those drones because back in the Sealab days, Matt would be like, put a drone back there. Put a Sealab drone back there.
Okay. Okay, cool.
And real studios called them incidentals. And so when I did some work for other studios, and they were like, we've got some incidentals back there, I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Great.
Charge it to the hotel room. I don't care.
I thought the minibar was free.
I hired a outside of the house designer one time, and I was like, hey man, we need to design some drones for this crowd scene. And he drew a bunch of mechanical drones to fly around.
God damn it. Sorry, dude.
These
Sorry.
are great, but...
Not what I'm talking about. So when you guys would have a model, they would come in and you guys would take a bunch of pictures of them moving their mouth different and standing in different positions and all that, right?
Yeah, we used to really take just jillion photos of people making all sorts of expressions, trying to get the most information we could so that we could draw over top of it. And then as the seasons moved on, we just started drawing our own. Some of that was just we got more comfortable designing in this style. Some of it was just like the amount of time we spent making photos, and then people would draw exactly the photo and draw every single wrinkle of someone's face. Or it just like it becomes too much information. So
yeah, it's
like I said in the beginning, like we're simplifying the iterations season to season to season to season.
And the whole point of drawing over photos was us finding a way to do it fast and on a budget anyway. And if you're spending too much time on that, it defeats the whole point.
It's not fast or cheap.
You can see it in this episode. You look at Archer's tactile neck. You can see all these like weird wrinkles and lumps in it. And in the very next episode, you can see that they've redesigned the tactical neck, and it's much smoother and it's much cleaner and probably
wow.
But a lot of it was also because of Adam's preference. Like he's like, take pictures of these costumes because that pant needs to break correctly on that shoe. Yeah. I mean, he was that specific about it because I think he had a background in theater design.
Minor and costume design.
Is that true? I didn't know that. That's
don't know
so
that it's
fun.
true. I don't know.
But it is now. It is now. It's a fun bit of trivia.
It's going on the Wikipedia page.
So, because we see so many naked bodies, particularly Lana, she's naked a lot in this episode and just in general. Did you guys get, in the beginning when you were using the models, like, were the models in their underwear so that you could get their, like, every...
bathing suit, I think. Yeah.
Okay. I like that her underwear, when you see her from the back, her cheeks don't stay in, and neither does the top of her butt crack. So they're very ill-fitting underwear.
Right. She got them sight unseen, and then
They're knockoffs.
you know how it goes. You put something on, you're like, well, I guess I'm wearing this. This is what I got.
Okay, my next question is, so when you would get, like when you were in the office, you guys would have kind of all that stuff at your disposal that you could use that you'd already created, but then when you had like new locations, you'd have to just like build all new shit like per show. Like, did that happen a lot, and was it terrible?
Yes. Like Adam, especially in those early seasons, Adam was very good at writing economically. So like if he did go to an all new place, there's maybe only 3 or 4 locations within that place, right? So yeah, it's all new paintings, and the background team would have to struggle through that. But the 3D set building part of it, which takes a little bit, that was at least a little bit easier. And as we got bigger as a company, and those later seasons, the locations got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, but we were also faster at making the show.
And you just had more manpower and work on it.
Yeah.
And so, like with something like the elevator episode that happens, I don't even know what season that is, but was that stuff like that created to give you guys a break or to get you farther along in the season process, or were you running behind, or like how did shit like that work?
Probably answer that one. Like I just can't remember if that came about because we were behind, but I loved that episode.
Yeah.
It's got Milton in it, one of my favorites.
Milton, it's so funny. Like aside from it helped us out in production, it's a great episode.
Yeah.
There's a thing called a bottle episode where you try to stay in the office as much as you can, or something to that.
Can I give you my favorite example, Casey?
I know it, but yes, please go ahead.
From the Battlestar Galactica reboot, at the very end of the first season, the entire ship takes a break from being hunted by robots to have a boxing tournament. And I remember watching it, I was like, where are the Cylons? Like, how are you? So that's my favorite battle episode, but this was a good one.
It was so the elevator episode was designed to be a bottle episode, but I do not believe it saved us any time or money. And in fact, we went whole hog with it because there were so many angles that we used in that, and so many people in one little space. It was actually really, really difficult.
The best bottle episode that we ever touched was Fusebox from Sealab, and that was the
100%.
episode where the lights went out in Sealab. So it was just dark the whole time. And it was just
There's one drawing at the end. The lights come up on Captain Murphy. He's got like this 7 style setup. It's just really weird. But yeah, it's just like an exterior shot of Sealab with no lights on.
Wow.
It's the radio.
Neal, this question might be upsetting to you.
That's what we like to do here. We like to get our guests a little off kilter.
These are the hard-hitting questions.
We're going to get you.
I've wanted to know the answer to this since I was a child. And it's, can you explain to me why cartoon teeth are just a white block in the mouth of a character?
Yeah, it's just a pain in the ass to draw, and it's kind of like what we were talking about earlier. The more detail you draw, the more your eye starts staring at that. The eye's always attracted to contrast. So if you draw a bunch of line work inside the teeth, it just makes them look super, super shitty.
Has anybody ever done it? Have you ever seen it done?
I believe Ugly Sonic. Do you remember the controversy about the Sonic movie?
Yeah, he had individual teeth. Well, now the new style of animation, like Adventure Time, well, not new. I mean, even Adventure Time now is old, but now you see all the spaces in between a character's teeth.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at like the Ren and Stimpy gross-ups, like they're drawing every single teeth, intentionally trying to make it feel a little gross. And then there's some people that just sort of hint at the curve of the teeth, which is kind of nice. It all just depends on the show style.
Interesting.
With us, we just wanted to try to keep it simple. Sometimes I think we draw the teeth a little too bright. If you use like a perfect white in there, again, you're just creating contrast, so you're just seeing these white things flash up and down.
In the early days, too, so when you make the mouth move, we call that lip flap. And so even in the early days of Archer, I would do it, of course, on Frisky Dingo and Sealab. We would do lip flap. Sometimes if you didn't have something to draw, you got put on lip flap because it was is
it like when you're a detective and you get put back on desk duty?
That's it, Willis. Turn in your Wacom tablet.
But everybody would contribute to some lip flap because that way your animators can work on the big stuff and like we can just do lip flap. And even in the first season of Archer, first couple seasons, we only had like 5 or 6 mouth positions, so I could still do some lip flap then. Later seasons of Archer, there were so many mouth positions, and
we stopped calling it lip flap because you were animating a mouth. You weren't. It was no longer like this simple thing.
It got very, very technical, but also got much better. You know?
Wow.
Yep, for sure.
Well, thank you, Neal. I know that was a hard question for you to answer. That's a
wow,
hard-hitting question.
Reddit, this guy's full of shit.
That's how we do it here. Okay, so I have to read this question because I'm very proud of the way that I wrote it.
Right.
So, all the breasts can only be described as bodacious, pert, perky, unencumbered by how gravity or nature works. Can you tell me about, like, did you guys have a discussion about the way the boobs were going to behave on this show? Or because even Mallory's got boobs that are like, a woman of her age wouldn't have boobs like that. I mean, a woman of like really any age wouldn't have boobs like that. So did you guys discuss this, or is it just kind of what happened?
It's a lack of experience with boobs.
Well, you know, Floyd County worked really hard to become a very diverse workplace. But when it first started, it was like 6 dudes.
Yeah.
And that's all we knew.
Yeah. No, there was never a discussion of like, this is how boobs work. I think the boob-jiggling thing probably got by us. I don't think that was a directive from anybody else.
Maybe a more, what can you...
If it got a chuckle out of somebody, then it probably stayed.
Like, what can you get away with a little bit?
Yeah.
Totally.
And later on, FX would be like, more boob jiggle.
We love the show. One problem.
Like the way Cheryl's boobs move when she takes her shirt off, it's just like, it's like they had been like held here, and then they're just like wah 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 wah.
With a different set of gravity for each.
Yeah.
There's
Somebody got paid to do that.
In later seasons, there was a scene of Archer and Lana having sex in a bathroom, and it's there was a thing that we would do sometimes where we're like, let's amp it up a little bit, and that way when the censors tell us to bring it down, we can get it to the level that we actually wanted it.
So you're overstating
the
sexuality of it.
So somebody lovingly animated this sex between Archer and Lana in a bathroom, and no notes from FX, and we're like, oh god! No. And so we had to bring it down ourselves because we thought it was too graphic.
Wow! So you guys, go ahead, Neal. What was that?
Oh no, I was just gonna say their reactions were like, "What if my parents see this?"
So we heard you're working on a new show.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
My mom,
that was actually one of my questions. Go ahead.
My mom is like the sweetest person in the world, and we were having dinner with some friends, and she described the show as, it's so stupid you would want to show it to teenagers, but it's so filthy you'd never dare.
Oh, that's great.
That is great. That should have been what they used it for marketing.
Right, that goes on the whole box set of all 13 seasons.
My Aunt B, rest in peace, watched an episode of Sealab because she was excited that I was working on it.
No.
And in that episode, at the end, a lady asked Quinn if he would like a blowjob, and he goes, "Yes, I would." And then she just goes down, and my Aunt B was like, "I hope I didn't hear what I think I heard." And I was like, "No, you didn't hear that."
No.
You didn't.
My mom watched the first episode of season 2 because she's like, "What's this thing you're working on?"
Oh no.
So she watches the first episode of season 2, and my parents are very conservative. And she gets so angry that she sits down and writes a long form letter, a whole letter about how disappointed she is, and then mails it. And I live in the same city as my mother. And she mails it to my house so that it's like official.
Right, certified.
Exactly. And so I get the letter and I read it, and I'm like, devastated because it's just about what a disappointment I am because I'm on this terribly dirty show. And then I call my sister and I'm like, Mom sent me this letter in the mail about how disappointed she is. And she's like, yeah, that sucks. I'm sorry. But if it makes you feel any better, I think Dad thinks it's funny. Cool.
Oh, great.
Oh, boy. Yeah, because the first episode of season 2 is the
Swiss Miss.
Swiss
right?
Miss.
Oh, my God.
That's a rough one.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Okay. So we talked a lot about boobs. We talked, let's see. Oh, I asked this question too, but we've already talked about it, but I thought it was nicely written. Mallory says Lana's tits are bouncing around like they're at a rodeo.
Yeah.
How was animating those? But we already talked about all the boobs.
How is
so no need to answer.
giving that line to Jessica Walter? Did she push back on those blue lines at all, or is she just powered through?
She was the best. I've talked about this before, but the worst part was trying to describe any filthy, nasty thing that she had to say to her, because she would always ask, like, what is a rusty trombone? And you'd be like, oh, God. I remember teabagging was one. What is this teabagging? And I was like, oh.
Wow.
But she was a trooper.
One of the moments that I wrote down that was really nice because the laugh was on the visual was when they're trying to defuse the bomb and they're talking about how one is blue with a white stripe and one is white with a blue stripe, and then you see the visual and it's so fucking perfect that it gets the laugh. I'm assuming there were probably a decent amount of moments where the art and the animation would get the laugh, but was that something that you guys would get excited about or ever even talked about?
Yeah. I mean, like a lot of that's built into the script, right? Of just like they look at completely identical, so you're just trying to hit as much as you can in the script, and service the script first. And if you can make something funnier, yeah, go for it. But you also have to stay within the boundaries of the show. Lots of times, some background painter or animator would get a little overzealous in trying to add their own jokes, and like that's dangerous, like that. You know, you could get sued if somebody puts the wrong thing in the background of a show, whether that's some sort of graffiti or something that they don't own. Like, I'm going to make a Galactus joke. Well, you just got to sue.
Right.
So, like, there's always a danger of that. Of like, you want to give the staff as much freedom as you can, but you also want to make sure they understand the parameters that we're operating within.
Well, I think we also just had a lot of respect for Adam's writing, and it was always like, how do we just get back to making this thing? This is funny already. We just need to make it.
Yeah, you know, that's how the actors felt too. Like, we get asked so often, like, did you improvise on the show a lot? And it's like, man, we didn't need to. I mean, like, and we had, again, so much reference for what Adam had written that it was like, we're not going to say anything better than what he wrote. So, yeah. But we always had that freedom, which was nice. Like, it always felt free. It never felt like you couldn't, you know, like what you hear about, like, working on a Shonda Rhimes show. It didn't feel like that. It felt very open, but just not necessary in a lot of places.
The radio play of the bomb defusal bit is like one of my favorite.
Okay.
It's not just the M for as in Mancy, but like the whole build up through it, and Ray's voice being so not what Ray's voice became.
I think it transforms in that scene.
He really
like at the beginning, he comes in, he's like, "Okay, everybody, where are we at? What are we doing?" And by the end, he's like, "What? Archer, you son of a bitch!" That's what it kind of morphed into.
That's so great. He found his character right in that moment. I wrote down that I wish that the crisis vest had been a piece of merch that got created.
Yeah, and it kind of went away. It didn't really show back up. Did it? Correct me if I'm wrong. Does the crisis vest show back up?
There is one shot, I think, in much later seasons where you just see it hanging by itself in a closet.
That's great.
But we even thought just a t-shirt that looks like a vest.
Yeah, that'd be so great. I love fake clothes t-shirts. I think they're fantastic.
But what else struck me about this episode was the Pam Cheryl like duo, like that. You can see the beginnings of that really solidifying in this episode. The way those two characters bounce off each other was just awesome.
Yeah,
this was one of
Pam's always calling her skinny, and Cheryl's always calling Pam fat, and that's how they communicate with each other.
This is one of our first episodes where the entire gang was in one spot.
Yeah.
Except Krieger and Gillette, but that was kind of a rarity because it was supposed to be, you know, you got your B team at the office, but everybody snuck aboard on this one. And I think it was Adam going like, man, I want all these characters to interact with each other, but half of them are going to be on the ship. I'll just make them all sneak on board and be there.
In the original order, it was just 6 episodes, right? And then they added the back 4 during production. Am I wrong in that?
I think you're right. It was either 6 or 8, and they added another 2. I don't recall, but I think you're right. It was 6, and then we got 4. I think that's right.
We got 4 more, and this is the first of those 4 because, like, I felt like those back 4s where the production started to really find its feet. The first 5, I think everybody was just struggling to keep their head above water,
right?
And we really started to make some solid ground in this episode and the next episode as well.
That's awesome. So the network was like, we're loving what you guys are doing. We want 4 more episodes, basically?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's so great. So that's all I have for the show review. Is there anything else that came up for you that you wanted to mention, Neal?
Oh, let me skim my notes.
Check your notes.
Oh, Pamela, you read me like a poem. Was a line
Pamela.
stood out. Smoother than a veal cutlet. I think you guys went over that with Aisha, but just an incredible line delivery. There's so many of those in this episode. So Krause gets a curb party, also a favorite line.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Krause is talking about his scars, and so Krause gets a curb party.
Do you know if there's a guy that gets slapped for smoking a cigar? Was that Adam's voice or your voice?
Ooh,
or my voice? But I think it might have been Adam.
It might be Adam. I don't think I was in this episode.
But you are in Brett, right?
How did we almost forget to mention that Neal is the voice of Brett?
Yeah, I'm the voice of Brett. Oh, Brett.
Brett, who was featured in the first episode of the series.
Wow. Amazing.
Dies doing what he loves.
The loudest in the house. I'm pretty sure that's the only reason. God damn it. Yeah. That was always fun. I could get to go into the booth. And how many hours do we have of me just screaming in reaction to getting shot?
Yeah.
Right.
So good.
Surely somewhere. No, let's do it again.
And a fan favorite, too. People fucking love it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was great.
Well,
to back up 1 second. The guy that gets slapped, Casey, Jeff Fassner's face.
Oh, wow.
Oh, amazing.
Legendary Jeff Fassner,
a former animation director and director, and
can I also
and the uncle of Dan Fassner, isn't that
and
correct?
the uncle of Dan Fassner.
Can I
those
really
Fassners
quickly clear something up on this podcast?
Yeah,
somebody
please.
told me recently that they heard that that Jeff and I had beef.
What happened, Casey? Give us the.
What'd you do? Because Jeff didn't do it.
I know.
Right.
I want to put it out there. I love Jeff Fassner. He's
Jeff is
fantastic. I love George.
But
they're fantastic. No buts. No buts. There's no beef between Jeff Fassner and myself. Unless there's some from Jeff that I don't know about.
Make sure you cut this out of the episode.
Will do. Will do.
Okay.
You don't want those fasteners after you. Let me just say.
And I think it's very telling that I'm doing it here rather than just calling Jeff or texting him.
Yeah. It'll get around
Listen
to
to my podcast about minute 52. There's other stuff you should hear, but important.
Neal, going into trivia, you need to know that you have 116 points.
Oh, hell yeah.
I think that's the most ever. I think I say that a lot, but maybe it is the most.
I haven't seen every episode, so I knew that was high, especially compared to
pretty high.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to see what the conversion rate is for season 0. They may not come over 1-to-1. They might not count as credits. We don't know yet.
Okay, so 116 points going in. Let's see what you do.
All right, Casey's trivia segment.
Yes, and I've designed these to go from kind of easy or less difficult to more difficult. So we're starting with the less difficult. This has 3 parts.
What if I flip the easy?
Neal, what is the most abundant element in the universe?
Carbon? No.
I'm sorry, it's hydrogen.
Hydrogen.
What's the second most abundant element in the universe?
Helium, is it?
It is helium. Yes.
I thought
And
it was out of helium. Or how is it the second most abundant
the
thing?
sun converts hydrogen into helium in a process known as what?
Fusion?
It is nuclear fusion. We'll count it. It counts.
Now, Casey, are all of these questions from a They Might Be Giant song?
It is. It's called Why Does the Sun Shine? Question 2. We already talked about Jim Lammers and Trinity Animation that were located in Lee Summit, Missouri, but we just called them Kansas City.
What's up, Casey?
Close enough.
That way.
The state flag of Missouri has 3 bears on it. What is the state mammal of Missouri?
The state mammal of Missouri is the cow.
Close. It's the Missouri mule.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, popular drink, too.
Okay, how about the state bird?
Ooh, I know that one.
The Jayhawk?
Eastern bluebird.
Oh, wait, I thought it was the cardinal. But
How
that's
about-
just their team.
How about the state soil?
Dirt?
It's Menfro.
answer.
Menfro soil is the state soil.
that mean?
I don't
What?
know,
Yeah,
but
what?
finally, what is
These
the
are way harder than the questions you
I
asked.
think you're right.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying the credits may not carry over 1-to-1.
what is the state food of Missouri?
Oh, the fried cheese?
It's ice cream.
That's
Missouri
your
ice
state,
I know. I think they gave. It says on
state disease is diabetes?
it said desserts, ice cream. I was like, that's
Yeah.
Casey, is this all still the first question?
no, that's the second question. Sorry.
Okay.
That's like 10 questions.
All right, third and final question. Archer mentions that he went to a lacrosse camp. Who won the 2025 Men's Lacrosse National Championship?
LSU.
Cornell University. I'm sorry.
You said it with such confidence.
I know.
Neil.
Yeah, I would have believed it.
You know.
This is
All
not
right.
going great.
Oh, no.
Did he lose points?
Really not.
Oh, yeah. Oh, is that the end?
Yeah,
Is that
that's
the
it.
trivia?
That's it.
Okay.
God.
All right, Neil. Oh, boy.
You're down to
Let's
like
see.
4 points now?
No, actually, because you kind of went up and down. So your final point tally is only 112. So you only went down 4 points because
Okay.
I took a lot of points away from Casey for making such hard and stupid questions.
Thank you.
So Casey,
Okay.
you lost 48 points. But
Charge it to
Neil,
the
your
room.
Final total, 112 points. Very good. Very good.
Very
Not my
good.
best.
Yeah.
Not my best. I'm disappointed.
Yeah, yes, these questions are considerably harder than
Yeah.
they were last season. So.
Neil, at the end of trivia, we always ask, do you have anything you'd like to plug?
Plug. No, not really. There's stuff, we're working on stuff, but there's not anything that I can actually talk about. And you know how things go. That stuff might also just go away next
Yep.
month because somebody decided they were going to change executives or
But
something.
Neil, you did direct an episode of Harley Quinn, did you not?
No, I worked on Kite Man, the spinoff.
Shit.
Kite Man. I worked on it for
Still pretty cool.
about a month, and then I had to go do Hitmonkey season 2. So,
Man, Hitmonkey's
I helped
so
them
good.
out, but I would loathe to take any credit for their work.
Well,
Very
we
well.
can see Hitmonkey on Hulu, right?
On Hulu, seasons 1 and seasons 2 of Hitmonkey are on Hulu. We're all very proud of it. It was a fun show. We got to you talk about our evolutions of series. That was sort of a next evolution for Floyd. We tested out a lot of different pipelines in that, so it has a lot more compositing and atmosphere and movement within it. And it was we learned a lot on that show. So the next thing that we do will be a little bit bigger and better from there.
Nice.
Neil,
Awesome.
Neil, I want to talk about one last thing that we can cut out if it's too touchy, but the Deadpool pitch that Floyd County did to get that job that we had for a little while was just next level stuff for us at Floyd County. That was awesome. It was, to briefly describe it, a sizzle reel of just Deadpool facing famous Marvel villains drawn in a very specific style. It was beautiful, man.
It was every Marvel joke I could cram into 2.5 minutes, and then I think I boarded it in 2 days, and then we put it into production, and we were done in 6 weeks or something. Like we moved
Wow.
lightning fast through it.
So actually, you get some extra points for that, Neal. Now your
Ooh.
score is up to 138.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
Wow, 138. Well done.
feels good. Guys, gotta tell you guys, that feels nice.
I bet
Good.
it does. I just want to say that I learned so much today about how a show that I was on for 14 years actually got made. So thank you so much, Neal. I really appreciate it.
Of course. Did you though? Did you actually
Did
learn anything?
I did.
Yeah.
And because Casey and Christian talk about it all the time, but I don't really listen when they talk about it.
Alright, the track. Sure.
So, yeah.
I get
Yeah.
that.
This has been Rephrasing, an Archer Rewatch podcast. You can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at RephrasingPod. Email us questions at rephrasingpod@gmail.com. Please, no pictures of your penis. That's just inviting pictures of their penis, isn't it? Rephrasing is produced by Amber Nash, Casey Willis, and Christian Danley. Our theme music is by Matt Hobbs. FX's Archer is now streaming on Hulu. We're so excited to be a Maximum Fun podcast this season, and we'd like to thank all of the Max Fun members that support our show. If you're not a member yet and you'd like to become one, go to maxfun.org/join.